Thank you so much. That very beautiful song, Paul. What has struck me in the song is that there is a language there I understood very clearly, right? Okay, that love is greater than money. Of course, at least Ngemba has come into ignite the light of culture that is found in me. And of course, if you are just joining us, you are still on to contemporary moral and ethical issues here in NDEFCAM Radio. We wish to apologize for the little sound hitches that we have had in the past. It was due to power cut that shut down the machines for a while, but thank God we are back on here and we are still with people, Mirabel, and of course we have our guest of honor, Eddy Wonder, with us here in the studio. Joya Mark is still at the dashboard. This is still NDEFCAM Radio, the radio of the new generation. We turn back to our guest of honor. There is a lot of message that is found in this song that is playing at the background. We want to get the title and to find out what inspired to bring up this song, especially within the context of the Anglophone crisis, a crisis that has given a certain slogan, a signature tune, that any occasion that passes in Cameroon must preach oneness. Cameroon is one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Kingsley. The title of the album, of the song, is How Many More? How Many More? You know, with the advent of the crisis and the war, we find ourselves in a lot of lives have been lost on both sides. On both sides. And one life lost, it's one life spared. So many. Nobody should die for his or her own ideology. Because when we look at what is happening, it's mostly ideological than what we are made to believe. Because how many more must really die before we sit and talk? Because every war that is fought, you see, like today, you see what's happening around the world, wars here and there, Iran and Ukraine, all these wars are on the table, the dialogue table. So why must you waste so much life before you do something that
before you go back from the start,
before you can do understand? And the most second part is we are in a country where we are one in the context of the constitution. So how can you pick your weapon and then you target yourself? It's what it's like suicide. You're practically committing suicide. So like this, so how many more must die before we sit to talk? We are united. We propagate one and indivisible. But then you're fighting one another. Are we really one? If we are not one, where is division? Where is the bone of contention? We look at that and, like gentlemen, we solve the problem rather than buying more weapons and killing more and more and more of our own. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How many more lives are going to be wiped out of the surface of the earth before we know that we are tired of this war? It's a soul-touching music, and of course, coming from Eddy Wonder. I want to get to Mirabel. What are your impressions about this very beautiful song we listened to, given the message found in it?
Yeah, actually, Kingsley, it is a heart and soul touching music there, because when you look at what is happening out there, it is not just in the community, but it is originating from our families. And when you look at people dying, they are not just outsiders. Even in our own homes, we are still in a society whereby we don't want others to progress, and that when that jealousy steps in, you discover that the quest for maybe position or whatsoever the person has rather than us is leading us into the killings. And I think such musics how to really trigger the minds of those who still have consciences, because a lot of people out there have already lost them. And when it gets to the right sources, I think they yield good results and a better tomorrow. As he says, we are living our now today. It is not tomorrow that you're going to die before you realize that if I should have done this, if I should have done that. You start by doing it with your own people, by you, your friends, anybody you meet today. You don't know what tomorrow holds.
Thank you very much. And people, do you think unity as projected in this song, could it be a solution to the crisis we are facing today?
All right. I'd like to thank everyone for being one of the few voices to sing about this crisis. We often expected that musicians who have a bigger audience will try to dissipate things by talking about the crisis, but we've been shocked that most of them from Bamenda are busy singing other things and are trying to make their money from whatever song they are singing. So anyone that kudos to that. When the
All right, let us pause. Sorry to cut you. Let us take a short commercial break at the top of the hour. We shall be right back.
NDEFCAM Radio, the very best.
Thank you so much. Welcome back from that commercial break. If you are just joining us, we are on to NDEFCAM Radio. The program is Contemporary, Moral and Ethical Issues here on NDEFCAM Radio. Before we went to the commercial decks, we had you people.
Yes, we're talking about unity, and I just wanted to talk about unity. Talk about something being one. We can talk about degrees of oneness. We talk about a stone is one, a human being is one. You know, those things, if you separate them, they cease to become one. You know, an orange, if you separate an orange, it will cease to become one by its very nature. But human beings, our oneness. If I say I'm married to a woman and we have become one, that's a moral oneness, which means that oneness can be separated. It's not something that is one and indivisible. Philosophically, that's a fallacy. In any case, we know that human beings struggle to live together because it is better that way, because we can share together, we can exchange information, we can exchange resources and better survive. And if you look at the situation we find ourselves in, Cameroon's oneness has never been questioned like it has been before now. But there are a series of things that have happened over the years that have pushed people to question that oneness. And I think oneness is about transaction, equality. When one person feels that he's being cheated in a relationship, I think that's where the oneness of that relationship begins to be questioned. And I feel that the Anglophone Cameroonians feel that they have been cheated in the oneness of Cameroon, and they question it. And I think when somebody questions something, I think the best thing is to listen. It's often very difficult to listen to somebody who is crying in the first place and pointing out some error in you. But history has proven that we will finally listen, because you cannot bury history forever. We will have to go back and correct the mistakes of the past. If not, we cannot move forward. When anyone that was his song was going, I was thinking about Bob Marley's own song.
Africa is oneness.
It talks about how many people shall die before we can talk to the past. Mm-hmm. It's a historical problem. We are refusing to talk to the past. Mm-hmm. And I can wish those who are refusing to talk to the past good luck, because if we don't talk to the past, we will never be able to solve the problem. So we have the responsibility on our shoulders. Let's live up to that responsibility. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul. Without pointing fingers at anyone, I will give them this dissertation question in philosophy. How one is Cameroon? Discuss. How one is Cameroon? Discuss. They should raise and bring us the background idea of the oneness of Cameroon, they define the key terms, and of course announce their problem statement. From there, we'll begin to listen to their thesis and their antithesis, and then they should give us a synthetic conclusion, not just a conclusion, which projects a way forward. Because if we want to look at Cameroon as one and indivisible, I'm not propagating whether Cameroon should separate or not, but those who coined it that term, how one is Cameroon. Like a young lady who asks you, you say you love me, how can you prove it, or explain how it works? Because these people just play over terms, and of course they do not know the implications of oneness. And definitely they said the Anglophone have enough and they are still complaining. And I even sat somewhere and I heard somebody talking about those of the South and all that. Do we know the problems they are going through? And I told the person that I don't care to know about what problem they are going through. If they have not raised their voices, if Eddy Wonder did not come up with this song, I wouldn't know that he has noticed something somewhere. Somebody is there, he's comfortable in his misery, and you're telling me to look at his misery before I start crying about my own. No. And my stomach is not measured by the looks of a poor person. My father once told me, my son, never fight to compete with those who are living down below. Always look at those at the top and be striving to meet them. Stop saying that I better self because you know this that other man from Abagwe, he was past me. No, I look at those who are up and start looking at my own position as misery. All right, we are expecting Joya Mark to bring us another beautiful soundtrack, but if the soundtrack is not yet ready, Paul and Mirabel, it's time for us to put Eddy Wonder on the mirror this time around to find out. We were using a certain approach that looks like philosophy. We want the listeners to first of all get 2 of his works, and then we'll come back to find out from Eddy Wonder. Who is Eddy Wonder? Where does he come from? Because we say it's a Bamenda-based artist coming from Bamenda, producing songs here in Bamenda. What tribe does he come from? What are the other things he does in life apart from music and all the lights, education-wise and all? So these questions will be coming from any of us. You are now going to be welcoming 3 different machine guns coming on with questions. You know, when it comes to do with journalists, they talk and they can really. One man told me a journalist can cause a man to menstruate. I said no, it's not true. That's just hyperbole. But of course, I think he's trying to describe the way these guys are professional in asking you questions that maybe you would have least expected. But I will begin to ask the first big fundamental question: who is Eddy Wonder? Maybe from that expression or from the way you give the answers, then my co-panelists will be able to ask you some questions.
Okay, thank you so much. Eddy Wonder is the artistic name. My real name is Atenem Edison Khan.
Atenem
Edison Khan.
Okay.
Born to the family of my mother's name, Khan Beatrice Mozo, and my father's name is Khan John.
Okay.
From Menka.
Menka. Benin?
Yeah, Menka. Technically, is really not Benin.
Not Benin, but in Santa subdivision.
Because it's Santa subdivision, thank you, because it's a village with fonts and stuff. Recently, I went to the National Gazette and I saw Menka Gazette as a village on its own. They speak the same language. Yeah. You know, it's Gemba, even the Bakulman and Kumu, they're almost the same people. Yeah, so I come from Menka and
face the mic. The technician has to face the mic.
Okay. So, come from a family of 7. I'm the first son. Apart from, I began music as far back as 1999, while I was still in high school. So eventually I went to Cham. Then when I left, I started doing music, mostly as a passion, because music as of now in our country, we know it doesn't have that platform where artists can actually live off their works. So we're forced to do 1 or 2 things inside to make clean money before you invest in the music, because there are other sorts of money that are not very clean. And when you embrace reggae as a genre of music, then you must first of all strive to live what you preach. So that's basically it.
All right. Thank you very much. So right now, are you just into music, or aside from music, you have other things that you do?
In the music sector, firstly, I'm an artist and mostly a music producer.
Okay.
So the production supports the other part in a way, and secondly, aside that, I'm a businessman.
All right.
I do business, I do petty businesses, and it's what kind of small business I can do and make money.
That can make money.
Yeah.
All right. Mirabel is buzzing with a question.
All right. My question is to Eddy Wonder. Why the name Wonder?
Eddy Wonder.
Why the name Wonder? And then also, I remember back in the University of Bamenda when we have to undergo a course where there is the Rastafarian theory that was coming up, and I wish to also ask, in the music, in that musical domain, why choose only that reggae part or the reggae music? Is it because of the morale it portrays, or is there something hidden behind it that really pushed you or pulled you towards that direction of going to the reggae family or to the Rastafarian family to promote their movement?
Okay, thank you. Before I answer that, there's this small distinction I want to make. Not all reggae artists are Rastafarians. Rastafarianism is a movement.
Yeah.
So some reggae artists are Rastafarians, while some Rastafarians don't even listen to reggae music. You know, baffle you. We have Rasta is more like a culture. They have some kind of music they play. They call it bingi. It has its root inspired, just these African tones and stuff like that. But reggae actually was born from the efforts of people like Peter Tosh, and Bob Marley came in, and Lucky Dube. So today we see some reggae artists who are not Rastafarians, because being a Rastafarian is like you need to fit in the context of they have some the way they live their life. It's a communal way, kind of way they live their lives. And then they were talking about the Indian hymn we talked about. They use it, and they have the way they use it.
Yeah, we really use it.
Yeah, we most of the time get confused between what we call help. We call it help. The help and the drug. Because if you look critically, scientifically, basically, most of the drugs we take in the hospital, we call painkillers, have that help inside.
Yeah.
And now it's controlled. The difference is that these guys, they take it unorthodoxly, and then they have that bonus to go out, and they have that bonus to talk but health-wise, I think it's a natural help created by Jah Rasta for the good of mankind.
Okay.
It's for the good of mankind. It's not the I think Tramadol has done more harm in our community than him has done. See, every youth misbehaving the street, most of them they don't tramadol. It's not cocaine. So, and on the contrary, those who actually know what the help is, marijuana is, they take it in the right proportions, and it's it's medicine and it's food. So by abusing it now is what causes the trouble. But then if you are really a Rasta, you know how to manage it. So it's no longer a problem to you, it's food. But now the system doesn't want it, because sometimes when you take the help, it helps you meditate. And in meditating, some things like under normal circumstances, people that are blinded will not see, you will see. When you take other drugs like, see, like even alcohol is a drug.
It's a drug.
It makes you dull. You take tramadol, it makes you dull. But when you take marijuana, it makes you reason. It makes you reason. So in most cases, what they are after is the reasoning that provokes topics they rather people don't talk about, not what they are taking.
And they are courageous enough now to bring them out.
The wisdom plan.
All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Now, when he talks of this, I remember a builder who was constructing my father's foundation, and then I was working with him, and I was talking with him very beautifully. And when he sent me to go get some gateau for us to chew, and then it's like he kept me out, and then he took, I don't know whether it's Indian name or what. And then when I came back, the same play that I was doing on the foundation, writing on the cement that I put, which has no effect because bricks will definitely pass on it. The man almost there with me, and I was very scared of the man till today. And of course, when I met the man, even till today on the way I look at like that, I said, no, this man can within a shortest period of time, he can do something bad to you, and that now depends on the quantity that they take. And of course, because even sometimes, even magistrate, I spoke with the magistrate who told me they take it before each time they go to court in order to be right and just without tampering. He doesn't know whether A is my brother, C is what, because if not, he will have to be tampering justice with mercy, and of course that will not be justice. Again, thank you.
Okay, and back to our question, she asked why reggae?
Mm-hmm.
Why reggae? Reggae to me was the only way I could live the reality of life. Despite the fact we have the moral decadence here and there, music as a whole, besides reggae, I have 2 albums before this one. The first album was a gospel album. It was all gospel. It was titled Undivided Splendor. They are all in that collection I showed you there.
Mm-hmm.
The second album was a mix of Makossa, folklore, and it's African native sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But the third one, the Flavica, is basically reggae. But on all the first 2 albums, we have the main the caption track being reggae. Mm-hmm. So it's been all along. But I tried to have my hands on the other ones, but eventually I discovered that was where I was called to be. And it's the only medium through which I can freely express myself, and then in so doing, I better my society in one way or the other.
Thank you very much, Paul. Before we go to get another bout of music from the album of Eddy Wonder, any question for him? Of course, as far as his nomenclature is concerned, to know Dick Fine, because I have one passion in my life. Since I started practicing journalism, I have played almost 3/4 of my songs Bamenda. I like promoting home-based artists because I feel very happy to know that Paul wrote a book, and I read the book just some time ago, the story I asked him there, and I feel so happy to pick a book written by Miracle. I'm reading about one Thomas Kelly from somewhere. I've never seen the person and I don't know. No, though it's knowledge, but I want to feel a little bit happy. And of course, we are here. I want to make it very clear, because perhaps we have videos here that will be going online, that we are not just running this program for running sake. We are equally, by this platform, selling the name Eddy Wonder and inviting each and every one of you listening out there, go to Facebook. You will get a lot of beautiful videos. I have subscribed to his account almost that when he is on or live or anything, I have a notification that he's on, and you can go there, just type Eddy Wonder, and then you find him on Facebook, follow him, and you get him on YouTube and every other outlet that you want to get him. He is always very much available. Paul, perhaps you have some questions to ask.
All right, I was just going to ask Eddy Wonder whether he's married or not.
I'm married.
All right.
Happily married too.
All right.
I think I saw a lady yellow beside you, and I was really wondering. It's good to be clarified, because some of us might have very big ambitions, and we need to know how far we can go. All right. That said, I think that relaxes the mood a bit. I wanted to find out if reggae musicians in Bamenda have a platform from which they work in order to be able to build a stronger team that can rival some of the challenges that they go through. And if so, is there a way artists, somebody who has been doing reggae in his private room can join?
Okay, one thing with reggae is, especially with the context of Bamenda, we have a couple of them here, but we basically work in isolation. I don't know why, but from time to time, we meet up for events and festivals. We meet up for collaborations. But talking about association, we don't really have an association that's running up as for now. But I think we have the medium we have that artists can interact freely is what we call the Bamenda Music Forum. It's a forum for all musicians of all genres, not only for reggae.
Okay. Because sometimes I feel like it's always good to have such platforms, that can help to regulate and also promote a particular brand of music?
Yeah, I think the days ahead will work on that. But
Alright.
the reggae artists are very much together. They work each time they meet. They work like they have been there ever since. But just they're just in their corners.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Eddy Wanda. We are almost coming to the end of the program, and I'm even wondering because we still have a lot that we have to ask you. But for now, we want to find out among the songs that you've given us here, our technician has them, which one is the most recent one, or do you have a song that you are currently working on that we should be waiting for, or that you've recently dropped on YouTube so our listeners can go there to click and follow that song? That's the first question. The second one will be, is there any festival or show that you will perform in any moment from now that we can know NDEFCAM Radio and this panel may be so delighted to accompany you there? And then, do you equally, the third, welcome young people, let me add to the question of Paul, young upgrowing reggae artists that you can form them, because I had one who came here and probably identified a song but could not find him again because he really loved the song. I wanted to help the guy out.
Okay, the first question it was the latest release. Yes, there's a song I dropped just I think last month. The latest is titled "Lost in the Beat."
Lost in the Beat. I don't know if it's there. The technician should look at that title.
Lost in the Beat. It should be in the flash. I don't know if you copied that. It's Lost in the Beat. It's a story of. It's also a story about this young African lady who grows up and in her good 20s. She's the spec of every man. They come running, but she prefers the bad guys with the fast cash. Then before she knows it, time don't go and I don't clear. And now she's lost in the beat. Like she's been playing the drums and then eventually she got lost in the beat, and then before her eyes were clear, she's now on the other side. Yeah, you know how it always looks like.
It looks like.
So the song basically is like a call to most of these our ladies out here. They dress flashy, expose body parts, the body they get nasty, and most of them end up like baby mamas without baby baby mamas, no baby dadas.
The baby daddies are around the corner.
And the time you start carrying babies here and there, the man who was designed for you might not be willing to accommodate the new load you have yourself. And then before you know it, you are in a tight corner, and then you start, all men are the same.
I don't know what parameters they use to measure all men are the same.
And then secondly, the second question was,
is there any upcoming show?
Yeah, I'll be taking part in the Bob Marley festival. It's a festival we do every year in honor of the legend Bob Marley. It's a live concert, a live festival, live reggae festival. And before the festival, I think there were plans for a football encounter with the reggae musicians and fans and media men.
We could also play versus journalists. We always
The media men, is to journalists. I don't know how far that has gone to. I don't know how far the organizers have gone about that. So I will be performing there. It's on the 10th and 11th of May. Yeah, the venue is Nobleman Junction, Bamenda.
Okay.
So the song just about the latest release, I will perform it live on that stage.
Okay.
So those who have listened to the song on YouTube and other platforms will opportunity to get the song played for the first time on live stage.
All right. As we are almost coming to the end, we could not leave Mirabel. As you can see right beside Eddy Wanda is a giant guitarist, and we are not leaving here without getting an acapella. Will be what will usher us. Our jingle will be on hold this afternoon, and we will use an acapella to usher ourselves out of the studio to get some of those little bits live here with us in the studio. One of the musical instruments I admire so much to play is the guitarette. I remember learning it for some time and then sustaining a lot of blisters on my hand, and of course cutting that of my parish priest and forced me to buy another one. All right, we are going to perhaps he will choose one of the songs to play, but I would have loved the most recent one. And given that we are coming to the end of the program, I would just like Mirabel and Paul to say a little thing as their last words are concerned, to encourage the great music legend with us here in the studio, so that when we get that a cappella, we just usher ourselves out of the studios. Mirabel, to begin with you, ladies before gentlemen.
Thank you for that honor, Paul. And to everyone that I will tell you, just as your first music started, life is not a bed of roses. I will just encourage you not to give up. Continue with what you are doing. No matter the little number that you're going to touch, it is going to do a great job. So never give up in what you are doing, and may your music that you have that passion for, may it be that source of encouragement to you to mold the minds of the little ones who are admiring to be where you are.
Thank you very much. That is coming from a woman sounding like the voice of a mother. Of course, I thought you were the mother to Eddy Wanda.
All right, Eddy Wanda, kudos. I think we encourage you, we are behind you. And just before we leave the microphone, I was going to tell Mirabel, I was going to remind Mirabel to learn good work from your wife, to always accompany our husbands. Mirabel, I hope when we don't die now, when I'm on radio programs, you will come and give me moral support.
Okay.
All right, I think that's good enough for today.
Okay, thank you so much. As for the entire staffs of NDEFCAM Radio and the panel members of this program, we promise and pledge our utmost support to always blow your air and your fan wherever you come from. And Paul, I'm so proud that Eddy Wanda should be coming from my subdivision in Santa, and of course that is why I could understand the language very well.
That's
and, of course, no. Enjoying with my own brother, dining on the same table with music does not make it tribalism.
Okay.
Of course, I celebrate you, and I follow you on Facebook likewise as I share, and I love the reactions that came when I share the image and the flyer for this program. Many people are listening to us right now. It's just that our program is not almost all of a call-in program. We don't give opportunities, because we give them the opportunity to listen to us and be educated. And of course, we cannot wait to have you again. If it's in the next edition, our doors are always open, and if we can even get you a permanent panel member with us here, because what you carry us most is the philosophy of our program in your songs, and we would like to do it. We thank the Edmond for ensuring general supervision, Joya Mark for being there at the dashboard, and of course Eddy Wanda, perhaps one word to our listeners before you give us the a cappella. You give the title, and then you greet some people, then you will be the one to pull it off for us today.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for inviting me over. It's been a pleasure. I want to say happy Sunday to all the fans of NDEFCAM Radio, to all followers of Eddy Wanda who might be following on Facebook. Before I will wrap up with the song, I'll do the contribution. How many more? Because the crisis is still much reality. People are dying. The other time online, people die even now and then. The question is how long? How many more must die? How many more must die? So I'll be doing that song. It comes Tar and Cap. If we love each other like we profess, we won't be investing so much in the killings that are going on in our society. Come the Tar and Cap.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the guitarist of Eddy Wanda. At the microphone for coordination, I've been your humble servant, Kingsley Chinanga, aka Wireless CKC, the linguistic machine. Let's get beautiful music. See you some other time.
running away from the place I call home, stumbling on corpses as I fly into the wild. I hear the melody that you're playing on your armor. I see the blood that you spill flowing down the riverside. From mountain to mountain, our men are perishing. From Kumba to Kumbo, our mothers are wailing. Is this the unity you've been talking about? Is this the oneness that you preach every day? Then I cry, how many more must die before we sit to talk? How many more must die before we sit to talk? How many more must die before we sit to talk? Ikomne, yeah, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Ikomne, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Ikomne, yeah, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Konga mo mawe, yeah. Konga mo mawe, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Ikomne, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Ikomne, yeah. Ikomne tsarin kabi. Thank you so much.
That's good. It was a very beautiful program.